Hello, and welcome to our second episode of our Lanco Tactical Tips video series. This video is going to be specifically about private sales of firearms. The federal law states that any private individual can sell another private individual a firearm without having to go through a background check as long as two criteria are met. The first criteria is they both must be residents of the same state. The second criteria is that the seller cannot know of any information or any reason why the buyer is prohibited from owning a firearm. The Pennsylvania law is more restrictive than that on handguns. For long guns, it's the same in Pennsylvania. Any private individual can sell another private individual a long gun, rifle, shotgun, as long as they know of no reason why they're prohibited from owning a firearm, and as long as they're both Pennsylvania residents. For handguns in Pennsylvania, it is more restrictive. All handguns must be transferred through an FFL holding dealer in order to be transferred from the seller to the buyer. And a background check must be conducted by that dealer before the transfer can be completed. There are a number of exceptions, all involving family members in the state of Pennsylvania, that do not require a transfer. And they are 5 instances. It's either your spouse, your parent, your child, your grandparent, or your grandchild. Those are the only exceptions in the Pennsylvania law that do not require a transfer for handguns. All other situations, all other relatives, uncles, nieces, aunts, uncles, siblings, all still have to have a transfer from the seller to the buyer conducted by an FFL holding dealer in Pennsylvania. Anytime any firearm is transferred out of state for any reason, so from a Pennsylvania resident to an Ohio resident, it must be sent to a dealer in that state where the buyer lives in order for them to acquire it. And it doesn't matter why it's being transferred. If it's being transferred as a gift, if it's being sold, if it's being for any reason, it must go to a dealer in the home state of the buyer, and they must conduct a background check there in order for that buyer to take possession of the firearm. Once again, keep in mind that everything is current as of today as far as these laws go, which is April 2020. Laws change frequently, especially with the discussion of universal background checks. That would eliminate most of the provisions, even between family members, that do not require a background check. So always check with your local dealer or someone else you trust legally to make sure that everything's still okay to do the transfers like we're talking about in this video. Thank you for watching this episode of Lanco Tactical Tips. As always, we appreciate your feedback and value that. If you have any suggestions for video topics, please send them in to us, and we look forward to talking to you again.